Morning everyone, my name is Casey Morrison. I'm the chair of Love Leeds Parks and I'm going to give you a short rundown of where we are with the charity and what we're about over the next couple of years. So our mission is for everyone to have a green space on their doorstep that they love. This is a map of all of the green spaces across Leeds that we did a couple of years ago. Really shows the amount of green space we have got across the city, and really the question is how we go about maximising it and really putting it to work for all of the communities across Leeds. So a bit of background, we established in 2017 as Leeds Parks Fund with the Community Foundation, and then last year we set up as a separate independent charity following this Parks Foundation model, which is used in a number of other cities across the UK. We've got trustees from Leeds University, National Trust, Future Parks, Beckett, Marcoms, others. We've got a good team of people and we've got good support from the City Council in terms of making this stuff happen. We've also got the new Leeds Parks and Green Spaces strategy for the next 10 years, which I think really gives us a framework to operate with. So what are we currently doing? We've got three fundraising campaigns currently running. We've got community grants. We've given around £40,000 to groups all over the city over the last couple of years. People can apply for about £2,500 to do a local project. We've got a tree planting woodland creation scheme where we're working in partnership with the City Council to do lots of that stuff and be the vehicle for that. And then we've got this idea of larger projects. So what we're looking at for 2022 is around what can we do for the city that is addressing lots of the accessibility and muddy paths problems. So we'll do that. We also had a partnership with Light Night and other things. We're looking at big partnerships. Lots of previously funded projects here. You can have a look on our website, but all over the city, lots of really good stuff that lots of these organisations and many others are doing. We're really building on really foundations in Leeds. And our plan for this year is we're putting in a Heritage Lottery Fund bid to look at access to nature for people all over the city, particularly those to prioritise those with the lowest access to green space currently. So that's the map with the red bits on it that you can see at the bottom there. We've also got a photography competition running. We have lots of comms this year because we don't currently have any staff. We will have a grants pot open in summer 2020, and we're looking through mapping and other tools for how we go about having a conversation with people across the city about where we spend that money and how. And then we're doing lots of behind the scenes stuff, so MOUs with the City Council, as you can imagine, and also this campaign about how do we talk about nature and people across the city, this idea of talking about how people love stuff rather than necessarily what is missing, and that ties into the real experiential stuff and the photography. So lots of, why do people love this stuff? Why have people been spending so much time in nature in the last couple of years? And how do we really reinforce that for lots of other people? So our plan from 2023 onwards that links with things like Leeds City of Culture is to do these three things, but really focused on different audiences in many of these community parks. And the operating model we're kind of borrowing is the one that operates down in Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole that you can see in the bottom right hand corner, around how do we have a systemic view, an operating model across the city with lots of different partners involved. So yeah, we're planning to do three things. One is consultations, to have a genuine conversation using digital tools and in real life with local people about the parks and green spaces around them and how we could use those green spaces to better represent those communities. Second one is a program of activation, so stuff going on. It might be sport, it might be culture, it might be nature, it might be a million other things that really help people grow their love of those spaces and also become more involved in sustaining them over the longer term. And then the third one is enterprise, so ways of voluntary organisations and others getting more involved in sustaining activities. So how do we get over the hurdle of small amounts of insurance money needed each year, or other really basic ways of working of these places working. We're also looking at crowdfunding campaigns, which we have mostly got set up. So lots of good stuff going on in Leeds, lots of stuff about climate, lots of stuff about sports. We've got the Air Park coming to the city. We've got crowdfunding campaigns, running in Chapel Allerton and in Meanwood. You've got New Stanley Park proposals through the Levelling Up Fund. So lots of good stuff going on that we're going to try and build on. And we will mostly do that in partnership. So lots of stuff around research. Is there more research that we need around the heritage of these community parks? Do we need to have a better think about impact, particularly focusing on particular audiences and particular communities. So looking at access to nature, diversity, footfall, all of this sort of stuff. Crowdfunding, as I mentioned, and we need to find a new treasurer if you want to come on board. And last thing to say is, if you like this stuff, it's an excellent way of getting money right to the front line and making lots of stuff happen. So you can donate straight from our website. It can be a regular donation, it can be a one-off donation. We will use it really wisely, and we'll have a conversation about how we spend that money with you. Thank you very much.